to confess something. I, I've been getting into some wars. I've been getting into some wars. I've been getting into some fights. Not like physical fights. I'm a lover, not a fighter. That's not really my nature. You know the vibes. But I've been getting into some fights recently on Twitter regarding my beautiful San Francisco 49ers, the prized love of my life right now. I don't have a girlfriend, so I guess the San Francisco 49ers will have to do, right? But yeah, they are my team, and Twitter is a place for arguments, and usually I like to take the high road. I'm like, all right, this is it. But this Packers game got me really cheesed up. It got me real cheesed. I was like, bro, I ain't gonna do this. Like, this sucks. The Packers got me cheese, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just the game, the way it all turned out was so super just disappointing. I think as a 49ers fan, it was really disappointing just the way it turned out because there were so many errors, and I feel like it just amplified the problems that this franchise is having. And I've told multiple of my friends, like, I hate this team. Like, blah, blah, blah. I dislike them. And I do to a certain extent. I feel like there is like 20% of me that genuinely is just like, I'm so over this. But the reason why I'm starting wars, man, is because of fans. It's because of fans. And I am a fan. You guys are probably like, why are you talking about the problem with fans? Here's the problem. I think there are certain fans that are really cool. And I like interacting with those people because those people are like, okay, so this team is not beyond criticism. This team is not beyond the fact that you can criticize the 49ers. You can say, hey, what you are doing is incorrect. I like those fans. I like the fans that criticize the head coach and the defensive coordinator and the players. And because you need criticism. If you want to be better, you need to criticize and you need to account for the fact that this team has glaring issues. And if you're not willing to do that, you're a fanatic. I mean, that's what fan stands for, right? Fanatic. And I was a fanatic for a very long time. I would defend every aspect of the organization. But I've come to realize my loyalty to the San Francisco 49ers is very, very simple. My loyalty is to the city. And this was best said in a tweet by Niner Nick. So shout out Niner Nick. My loyalty is to the franchise, it's to the city, and it's to the logo. Everything else, I am not necessarily inclined to be loyal to. I'm sorry. I am not necessarily like loyal to Jimmy Garoppolo, for example. I love Jimmy Garoppolo. I have his jersey. I like him a lot as a person. I think he's a really cool guy. As a quarterback, though, for my team, do I necessarily think he is the best? Probably not. I'm sorry. He is probably not the best quarterback that we could have for this team right now. Because there's a guy by the name of Trey Lance that this team spent 3 first-round picks on, who's been sitting on the bench, who could arguably run this offense better than Jimmy Garoppolo, if not at the same level. And then you have Kyle Shanahan, who has been head coaching this team into a straight-up freaking dumpster fire so far. I mean, it's not been pretty. Kyle Shanahan is the head honcho, whether you like it or not. So when there's an L on this team's record, I'd say 50% goes on the players and 50% goes on the coaching staff. And who is the head of the coaching staff? Last I checked, is Kyle Shanahan. And so, yes, of course, DeMeco Ryans is the defensive coordinator and all this. But yeah, Kyle Shanahan deserves 50% of the blame. And fans aren't willing to criticize the main honchos of the organization, a.k.a. the quarterback, a.k.a. the head coach, a.k.a. the defensive coordinator, because fans feel some sort of loyalty to these people. And I am not one of those fans. People call me, oh, you're biased. Like, you just want Trey. And I do want Trey in. I will be very adamant on that point. I want Trey Lance into this team. Absolutely. But here's the problem with fans. And I think this is the problem with fans all across the league, not just the San Francisco 49ers. I'm using the 49ers as an example for a microcosm of a problem that's going on throughout this freaking league. Here's the problem. Fans are loyal to a fault, and they are unwilling to criticize things when they are going wrong. When there's a sinking ship, fans are going down with it. And they will continue to do so. And they continue to do it. They do it with Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, whether you like it or not, is the toxic ex-girlfriend of quarterbacks. He's the one that, cheats on you 18 times, but does something real sweet and comes back to you. That's what it is. That's what being a fan is really about. That's what I've realized is truly this franchise. Being a 49er fan is like, being fucking cheated on 18 times a day. That's really what it is. Same with the Warriors right now, at least. But like, they'll win your heart somehow, and then they'll just go break it somehow. That's just kind of. I mean, I feel like that's sports in general. But here's the problem. The main problem with fans is that they're loyal to a fault. They are way too loyal. They, tend to just argue. They defend players pointlessly with fake statistics that don't exist. They like get in your face about this, that, and the other. Like it's like, dude, there's clearly wrong going on. Why can't we point that out? But I feel like that's also a microcosm of society too, right? If you think about it, like politically, we are horrible. Horrible. We're trash at like being able to call out stuff when there's a sinking ship, right? Some people will be like, "Hey, like listen, the Capitol riots happened. Like that has not happened before." People like half the country's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" Like we cannot let, like we will stand by our president, right? That's literally why Donald Trump, I think, won in my opinion, is because he created a fan base. It wasn't necessarily that he got votes, it was he created a fan base. And that's the thing. When you have a fan base, fans are loyal to a fault. And I've realized this. And I think against the Green Bay Packers, when the San Francisco 49ers lost, that was the first time I didn't feel like a fan. It was the first time I felt like, oh, like I'm not Stan. I am like I felt like an observer that had issues with the way things went down. I wasn't just gonna loyally defend this team until I die. Of course, I want to see them do well. I want to see them go to the Super Bowl. I want to see a championship in my lifetime. But the problem is very simple. Fans are loyal to a fault, and I don't think I am necessarily. I feel like I'm changing in that fact. So that's my main problem with fans, is that I feel like we're too loyal, and I'm trying to cut back on my loyalty to the players and my loyalty to the head coach. And I realize my loyalty really lies within the city that I represent with this team and the logo and the franchise as a whole, but not necessarily the cogs within that machine. So that's what I'll say about the problem with fans. So let's